What's going on, guys? We back with week 1 of the Sky Pillar Federation, Pokemon Federation. And this week, in week 1, we're obviously going in with our new team. If you didn't watch the my review of my draft, my new roster, then go check it out. I'll put a link to it in the description. But yeah, we'll jump into it. Robbo has an insanely scary team. I have put his team on the screen for you guys, so you can see what he has. He obviously has a sand, which you can see. He's got a Mega Latias, he has an Infernape, a Snorlax, a Gyarados, a Aromatisse, Electros, Gorgos, Greninja, Dodrio, and Volbeat. So all pretty scary stuff, bar a few little bits and bobs, which I'm obviously not too worried about. A couple of things to note before we even get into the battle is that apologies for the lack of uploads recently. You'll have an update on the Pallet Town League and where that stands very soon. There hasn't been a battle well, there has been battles for the last few weeks. I just haven't uploaded them. But soon enough, you guys will find out what's going on with that. Secondly, the UBC, which we had. So I'm in 3 leagues. The second one is the UBC. Has been on the slow recently, so I'm not going to upload videos from that league. If any of you guys are pretty sad about that, then just let me know and perhaps I'll bring them back. But this new league, the Sky Pillar Federation, then we will be bringing them to the channel. I'm really pumped to use my new team. I've had 2 battles so far in this league. This is week 1. Week 2 will be going up. Well, I'll be recording it. I'll be in the same outfit and everything. So yeah, and thirdly, I am sorry for this massive spot that I got on my face. I don't know what happened. I wash. I do wash, promise. But unfortunately it's here, so put up with it if you can see it. If not, then get some glasses, go to Specsavers or whatever. Apologies for the hair. It's one of those videos where I'm back. I haven't really done much with this. The girlfriend usually cuts it. She will be cutting it tonight, so that will be gone. And yeah, let's jump into it, guys. So a couple of things to note is the sand absolutely destroys my team. As you can see probably in the draft review, which again, watch below. Mega Latias, I always get calm-minded out by a Mega Latias, so that's something I've got to be extremely careful for. Banded Infernape wrecks me. Naturally, looking at my team, I had nothing to really switch into it. I think fire types in general have looked at making a trade already, so fire types in general can really put some pressure on my team. Snorlax I wasn't too worried about, Gyarados, all of the rest of them, but apart from perhaps Gorgos, because it was a little bit hard to perhaps remove that from the equation. But yeah, you'll see I did have some kind of plans for that. So we'll jump into the battle. I don't think that's the one. So he brings a team of Excadrill, Mega Latias, Tyranitar. So he does bring the sand. He brings the Gorgos, the Snorlax, and the Infernape. So if I'm honest, if you look at my team, it was pretty much everything that I was expecting. I bought the Staraptor because it put a lot of pressure on his team in terms of the close combat potential, the Brave Bird potential for the Infernape. It was Scarfed, so it was guaranteed to outspeed unless that Infernape was also Scarfed. Put pressure on the Gorgos, put pressure on the T-type, put pressure on everything bar the Latias. So it did have U-turn for the Latias, but yeah, it was a really important Pokemon. I had my own regular Latias, so he had Mega or I had regular. I saw it being a good bring this week. I think it had HP Fire as well for the Excadrill, or HP Fighting, or some. I think it had Hidden Power Fighting to it, the Tyranitar as well. But getting Pursuit Trapped, he tried doing it with me before with a Crocodile, with a Latios, and it works, so I'll have to work around that obviously carefully. And yeah, the Lucario's hit the Snorlax and a couple of other things on his team. Then we had the Sylveon, pretty much just a more support set. We had a hazard stacking Fortress and also a Ditto, because obviously sand ruined me, and if he got at the sand, then I can go into Ditto and pretty much revenge kill. As you can see, pretty much everything on his team bar the Lati, which was in the air, or even the Gorgos. So I mean, he prepped really well. But we'll jump into it. So I'll lead with the Staraptor, as we are Scarfed, as he leads with the Lati. So I'll stop it at intervals where I feel like it really is worth speaking. But first turn we go for a U-turn, obviously. Reveal that we are Scarfed, as he just goes for Recover to get that damage back, which is fine. So pretty much a waste of a turn, but we got some momentum. we are screens. This battle happened a week ago, so I can't remember. Screens were really important in this battle, as he reveals his sub Snorlax, which this isn't too much of an issue for me. I mean, as you'll see, big go for a big close combat, but I am obviously then minus defense, minus speed F, so he can go for a big fire punch, do a good amount of damage, but doesn't get any kind of burns or crits or anything, so that's good. My Lucario is still alive, forcing him to switch as he goes out into his Gorgeist. I am carrying Crunch on this thing, and I was going to go for it, but it wouldn't have done all that much, so I thought if Snorlax stays in, I'd rather not over-predict. As he goes for the Willow, a few things on my team physical, so brilliant play on his behalf. As we go into Sylveon, he brings in the Snorlax again, because it is kind of just set up bait for this Snorlax, unfortunately. But I think this time we go for a big Hyper Voice. Doesn't do all that much, as he goes for a Fire Punch, predicting the... I can't remember his name, new team. But we are working around the Snorlax as he goes for another substitute, which obviously doesn't bother me because Hyper Voice, it just pretty much means I get a free wish off in essence. As we go for another Hyper Voice, hit him through the sub as he goes for another Fire Punch, predicting my switch again. But we are going to get the wish back, so we can obviously stall out the Snorlax and win the war. So it's no pressure on me. At this point, I'm absolutely happy to just set up a Reflect, as he can't really touch me. I can go for a wish on this turn and stall him out. Even though he's getting lefties, it's good for me because I get a Reflect, I get full health, guaranteed. And obviously he sees it as a non-winning battle, so he goes out into his drill. As we go for a wish, I can't remember what happens on this turn. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, I stay in on an Iron Head because I knew I could live it. And he does flinch me. I think I went for the Hidden Power Fire on that one, so that's obviously very unfortunate, but it happens. It's one of those. He doubles out into his Infernape this time. If I'd have clicked Hyper Voice then, which would have been a big mistake, then obviously he would have done some work. But he goes for a big Flare Blitz, reveals he is banded, which is brilliant. Like I said, big fire types destroy me. We have to go out into our offensive Lati to take it on. Unfortunately, we do pull a double because I knew the T-Tar was coming in. We predict it right. He does go straight into the Gorgeist, and unfortunately again, I made the wrong prediction. So a few of those crunches would have brought this thing down, and we would have been in a very healthy position, but he's wore us down a lot. So we got into the Fortress thinking that we can just perhaps set up some hazards. We will see. So he goes out into the Infernape straight away. As yeah, we do set up spikes. I see it as more valuable because of the T-Tar. We double out now, back out into our... Oh yeah, we sack off the Lucario. We didn't really need it at that point. Snorlax was low, and I was making all the wrong predictions, so it wasn't really valuable to me. Straptor comes in. Obviously, I can revenge this all day. He goes out into his Snorlax to sack it, which is fine because I made a read and went for the close combat. Although I think Brave Bird probably would have killed at that point, but he could have gone out into something like the T-Tar to take the Brave Bird, and then I would have been in a bad position. So he goes out into the Lati. Obviously, I can't touch him with a close combat. He knows that I'm scarfed. Predicting the Sylveon, he does a nice read and clicks Psyshock. Better anyway on Staraptor, as he brings us down really low. No point keeping Sylveon around at this point. It's burned. Can't get any kind of wish off or anything, so we're down 2 Pokemon. As we go out into Ditto, and double out into the Fortress, predicting the... I can't remember. I think I predicted the Tyranitar at that point, because obviously you can Pursuit Trap it, so I thought what I'd do is I'd double out and perhaps get some more hazards up, but didn't quite go to plan. So he goes out into his Tyranitar this time, which is brilliant, as we pull a triple back out into our Staraptor. Can't remember if that was a read or not, but it was nice. And oh no, we pull a quadruple? I don't remember doing that at all. But he goes out into his Lati as we got into Fortress, so knowing this thing can't touch me unless it's got some fire coverage, he puts the Reflect up as I get a little bit more hazards up, hoping to chip away at his team a little bit more. He goes straight into his Infernape, takes all the hazards, as we go for another layer of spikes. So pretty much got everything up at this point almost. And at that point, that was a mistake on my behalf. I should have stayed in there with Fortress and just sacked it. There was no point keeping it. It took a hit from the drill, granted, but I also had the Ditto to revenge and put in a lot of work against him. And And yeah, the Lati was way more important because it was a Carmine variant. And as soon as I got a Carmine up, then it would have been very hard for him to deal with. He could have flinched me out with the extra drill, but that was about it. As he does kill off our Lati. We do get rid of the Inferno, which is nice, but obviously I could have done that prior to doing that with the Fortress. He knows what we're going to go for at this point. As we go for another U-turn, obviously got a reflect up, so it's doing minimal damage. As we U-turn out into the Fortress on an ice beam, it's 23. So at this point, it's looking pretty bleak. He can just recover stores. So I've really got nothing for the Lati. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to explode. Let's get this. Let's pretty much get this over and done with. So we got into Ditto, hoping that. Sorry about this, guys. Ditto seems to be a big blob on the screen. He is a Lati at the moment, so he can just stall us out of ice beams. I'm hoping for a freeze of some kind, so I can at least wear it down. Because then once the Lati's gone, really, I mean, Ditto can put in a tremendous amount of work. Probably with the T-Time more than anything, because I know that had superpower, I think. He gets the ice beam, he gets the hack, so he gets the crit. But I mean, at this point, I'm not salty because I kind of know that nothing's going to come my way, and obviously I've run out. I'm struggling, so he can just kill me off. As I think goes for one last recover. So obviously I can't touch him at this point. Go for another struggle, do 4%. I kill myself off, and he goes for an ice beam, I think. Oh no, he goes for a reflect. So at this point, there's no way I'm killing him. He can just stay in if he so well pleases. So we brave bird in a way, but like I said, there's nothing, absolutely nothing we can do at that point, and we suffer the week 1 loss, which is it's crap. I'm not gonna lie, it's rubbish, but what you're gonna do? Robbo is an intense battler. He really is great. I think I'm 1-3 against him, and that one win it made me feel so proud. I did have help prepping and deciding how we're kind of gonna go about the battle, but he's changed his draft plan, so he's perhaps seen that in himself. But yeah, that's week 1 of the Sky Pillar Pokemon Federation. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Week 2 will be up very soon, like I say, in the name outfit, because I'm going to re-record it now. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.